Have you ever wondered if humans could live on Mars? It's a question that has tickled the imaginations of dreamers and scientists alike for centuries. Mars, the mysterious red planet, has been a source of fascination, inspiring countless works of fiction and stirring up dreams of extraterrestrial exploration and even colonization. Picture this: a world beyond our Earth, a planet that holds the promise of a new frontier for humanity. The idea of colonizing Mars is no longer confined to the realm of science fiction. It is a real, tangible possibility that science and technology are steadily advancing towards. The canvas of the cosmos is vast and uncharted, but we've set our sights on this intriguing red speck in the sky. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The journey to Mars isn't a walk in the park. It's a complex, high-risk venture that requires meticulous planning and cutting-edge technology. The challenges are immense, and the stakes even higher, from the harsh, thin atmosphere to the extreme cold, from the barren landscape to the potential for deadly radiation exposure. Life on Mars is fraught with risks and challenges that we're only beginning to understand. Yet these challenges aren't deterring our pursuit. If anything, they're fueling our curiosity and driving our determination to conquer the unknown. We're developing innovative solutions and technologies to overcome these obstacles. We're testing the limits of human endurance and ingenuity, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Imagine the potential rewards of this bold venture. The scientific discoveries, the technological advancements, the potential for new resources, and the chance to ensure the survival of humanity in the event of a global catastrophe. The benefits of colonizing Mars could be monumental, altering the course of human history forever. Now imagine being the first human settler on Mars. What would that journey look like? Picture yourself as that brave pioneer, preparing for the journey of a lifetime. The road to Mars is not an easy one, demanding not just physical prowess, but also an ironclad mental fortitude. Imagine the grueling physical training, akin to that of an Olympic athlete, pushing your body to its absolute limits. Strength, endurance, agility, all honed to perfection to withstand the rigors of space travel. But the challenge is not just physical. Psychological readiness is equally crucial. Imagine the isolation, the confinement, the distance from everything familiar. Training must also prepare you for these realities, strengthening your resilience, teaching you to cope with solitude and confinement. And then there's the knowledge, the endless hours of studying spacecraft systems, emergency protocols, even Martian geography. The preparation for a Mars mission is a testament to human determination, a demonstration of just how far we are willing to go in the name of exploration. With the training complete, you are ready for the journey to Mars. Now you're strapped into the spacecraft, ready for the long voyage to Mars. Imagine this: you're embarking on a journey that's never been undertaken by humankind before. The journey to Mars is no small feat. It's a colossal endeavor that takes about 7 to 9 months, depending on the alignment of Earth and Mars. You're traveling at an incredible speed of about 100,000 kilometers per hour. That's fast enough to get you from New York to London in under 2 minutes. But it's not just the physical journey that's daunting, it's also a journey of the mind. The isolation of being millions of kilometers away from home, away from everything familiar, is something few of us can truly comprehend. You're not just leaving your neighborhood, your city, or even your country, you're leaving your planet. The only company you have is the vast, unending expanse of space. This isolation can have profound psychological impacts. Studies have shown that astronauts can experience feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and even depression. The body's circadian rhythm can get disrupted, leading to sleep disorders. Not to mention the stress of knowing that you're on a one-way trip to an alien world. But despite these challenges, the prospect of setting foot on Mars, of being the first to explore a new world, is an irresistible lure. After all, we humans are explorers by nature. After months of travel, Mars comes into view. The red planet looms large as you prepare for landing. Now it's time to discuss the challenges and dangers of landing on Mars. The process is not as simple as landing an airplane on a runway. This is an alien world with a thin atmosphere, about 100 times less dense than Earth's, and it's filled with dust storms that can span the entire planet. The spacecraft will have to undergo a process called entry, descent, and landing, or EDL. This is a 6 to 7 minute sequence where the spacecraft has to slow down from nearly 20,000 miles per hour to a complete stop. It's often referred to as 7 minutes of terror because any small error can lead to a catastrophic failure. Imagine this. The heat shield facing the onslaught of atmospheric friction heats up to about 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Then the parachute deploys at supersonic speed, slowing the spacecraft further. But this is not enough. Retro-rockets fire, slowing it down even more until it hovers just above the surface. Then comes the sky crane maneuver. The rover is lowered on cables until its wheels touch the ground. Once it does, the cables are cut, and the descent stage flies away to crash at a safe distance. You've made it. You are the first human on Mars. Those first moments would be a blend of relief and awe. It's a new world, a new frontier. Your heart races as you take that first step, leaving the first human footprint on Mars. Now you stand on the surface of Mars. What does life look like here? Imagine a day that lasts nearly 25 hours, and you're living under a sky that is not blue but a dusty rose at best. The landscape is barren, with towering mountains and deep valleys, dotted by the occasional impact crater. The temperatures can swing wildly, and the atmosphere is thin, composed mostly of carbon dioxide. This is the reality of life on Mars. Yet, despite these harsh conditions, we've managed to make Mars habitable thanks to our technological advancements. We've created habitats that can withstand the Martian climate, equipped with systems that recycle air and water and generate heat and electricity. Food and water, two essentials for survival, present their own challenges. Growing food on Mars is not as simple as sowing seeds in the ground. The Martian soil lacks the nutrients found in Earth's soil, but we've developed ways to enrich it using bioengineered plants and composting techniques. Water, on the other hand, is scarce but not entirely absent. It exists in the form of ice, which can be melted and purified for drinking and irrigation. But life on Mars is not just about survival, it's also about coping with isolation and confinement. Imagine being millions of miles away from Earth, with only a small group of people for company. The psychological impacts are significant, but we've trained our Mars inhabitants to handle these challenges. We've built exercise facilities and recreational areas within the habitats, and communication with Earth is maintained to combat feelings of isolation. Living on Mars is like living in a science fiction novel, but it's no longer fiction. It's a testament to our ingenuity and resilience. We've transformed a once uninhabitable planet into a place where humans can live and possibly thrive. Life on Mars is challenging, but not entirely impossible. So you've settled into life on Mars. What does the future hold? Well, let's ponder that for a moment. A successful mission to Mars could be more than just a giant leap for mankind. It could be the gateway to a future where the red planet is not just a distant, barren world, but a thriving, self-sustaining colony. Imagine this: a community of humans living and working on Mars, building a new society from scratch. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel, doesn't it? But it could be our reality in the not-so-distant future. The success of a Mars mission could accelerate technological advancements and innovations. We could see new ways of generating power, perhaps harnessing the thin Martian atmosphere or the planet's iron oxide-rich soil. We could develop advanced recycling systems that make every drop of water and every breath of air count. We could create habitats that protect us from Mars' harsh environment and yet allow us to live in comfort and safety. But it's not just about survival, it's about creating a society that benefits all its members. We could see new forms of governance, perhaps even a Martian constitution. We could see new ways of doing business, with Martian resources fueling a new interplanetary economy. We could see new forms of education, where children grow up learning not just about Earth, but about their own Martian home. And what about culture, art, music, literature? They all have the power to flourish in a Martian society. We could see a new wave of creativity, inspired by the alien landscapes and the challenges of life on a different planet. Of course, this is all speculation, but it's speculation grounded in our ambitions, our dreams, and our ceaseless drive to explore and conquer new frontiers. For now, life on Mars remains a fascinating possibility, but who knows what the future holds?